I'm going to be teaching you today how to use layers as a digital artist. What sets you apart as an artist, and especially a digital artist, is how you use layers, right? When it comes to traditional art, they don't have layers that they use. I mean, even though they have a process, they don't have layers that they can turn off or turn on as they please. But as digital artists, we have the advantage. So I'm going to show you how to use layers. Right, so first of all, let's have something on the screen. Yes, I want to just come here. I'm using Clip Studio Paint for this video. Just click on new. Let's just use a custom. Let's just use A4 for the sake of the video. You don't have to name it anything. Okay. So yeah, if you look to the right hand side of your screen, you notice that you have something here written layer 1 and paper. Right. So this section of your screen is the layer section, right? As you can see over here, it says layer, right? So this is where this will be where all your layers will be. Right? As digital artists, you first of all need to have these layers. In whatever piece you draw must have these layers. Number 1, the sketch layer. Very important. Number 2, the line art layer. Number 3, flat color layer. So there are still other layers that you can add on top of this, but I want you to understand that these 3 layers are fundamental to every amazing artwork that you make, right? And they are called layers because they build up on top of each other, right? So you start with your sketch. Your sketch layer is at the bottom. It will be at the bottom of it will be what you start with, your first layer you create, right? And after you have made your sketch, the next layer you create will be your line art layer, and then the next layer you create will be your flat color layer, right? So all these layers work together to help you create a wonderful piece. Right, so let me just, so you notice that I've created some layers already. So we have 2 types of layers, right? We have the raster layers and we have the vector layers, right? So if you're going to make line art, it's advisable to use vector for your line art because it makes cleaning it much easier. Let me just draw something for you to see now. Let me just draw a box. Let's say I'm drawing a box like this, and maybe I did this and I'm like, oh, I made a mistake here. Because this is a vector layer, I can just click on this, set it to vector eraser, and then just swoop. See how easy it is to correct on a vector layer. Now let me try now with raster layer. So this is a raster layer. I'm going to do the same thing. Draw a box, the raster layer. And then let's say, whoops, I make a mistake, right? If I do the same, it won't work the same way. See, I have to use all my energy, use all my time to be being careful and trying to clean it. It just takes a whole lot more time compared to the vector layer, right? So for your line art, I would recommend you use vector layer for your line arts. Use vector layer. Alright, so I recommend you use vector layer for your line art. It would make erasing mistakes much more easy. And one thing about vector lines as well is that once you increase the size, there will be your pixels will not be affected. It won't start looking blurry or watered down. It will still look sharp, which is why vector layers and vector lines are preferred. Right, so yeah, whatever drawing you make starts first of all with the sketch layer. Note this, whatever drawing you make starts first of all with the sketch layer, and then it builds up to the line art, builds up to the flat color. Okay, I've been talking all this while. Let me actually show you how this works. Let me just delete everything I've done so far and start afresh so you can follow afresh. So now I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to come here, a new raster layer. And let me draw a ball. This is a football. A nice football. And this is my sketch. right? This is my sketch. This looks more like a donut. Let's make it a donut. So I've just drawn a donut, right? I've drawn a donut. This is my sketch. So after doing this now, I'm going to create another layer on top of this layer I've created. New master layer has been formed. So this new layer that is here is my line art layer. But notice what I said before. It's better to use, I deleted this. It's better to use vector layers for your line art. So now we're going to create the line art. And I'm going to come to the sketch, reduce the opacity, and then we're going to draw on top of our sketch. Let me just increase my brush size like 15. Up. Okay. To undo, just Ctrl Z. If you're using a Mac, Command Z. I'm gonna just my donuts. Let me just add some bit of detail to make it look more like a shape. Okay, so now that I've drawn my line art, I'm going to turn off my sketch layer, and I've done that now. So this is the line art for my donuts, right? And notice that it's not the exact same with my sketch, because the whole point of the sketch is just to serve as a foundation. You don't have to copy it 100%. So now that I have this done, we are going to add colors. And note, if you're going to add your color, you have to create a new layer. And that layer you're creating must be underneath your line art. It must be under your line art so that you can have this. See? If you notice, the colors are under the line. But if you put the color layer above the line art, this is what happens. See? And you don't want this. To make it more harder to color, just put it down like this. Right, so I'm going to just undo the color. And now let's color this. We're going to add flat color. So what flat colors basically are is just the base colors. No lighting, no shadows, nothing of that sort. So voila, we have our donuts. So I'm going to be stopping here because I want this to be as fundamental as possible. We're not going to talk about shadows or lighting or rendering or effects or any of that, right? But if you want me to make a video on that, just let me know in the comments. I hope you found this helpful, and I guess I'll catch you in the next video. Close the heel. Bye bye.